Meeting call to order. Good evening. I'd like to call this Tuesday, April 19th, 2016 meeting of Middletown City Council to order. If you please stand and join me in a moment of meditation and the pledge allegiance to the flag. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. King, please call the roll.
Ms. Bronston, Mr. Bohannon.
Here.
Mr. Moon, Mr. Picard.
Here.
Mayor Mulligan.
Here. I'll entertain a motion to excuse Mr. Moon and Ms. Bronston. I know both are away. One's unexpectedly, but the other was on vacation, I believe.
So moved. Second.
Ms. Kank, call the roll.
Mr. Bohannon.
Yes.
Mr. Picard.
Yes.
Mayor Mulligan.
Yes. All right, we have some special guests joining us this evening. I'd like to invite Mr. Les Brewers down to the podium. He's joining us from the Gideons and wanted to present us with a couple things. Good evening. If we get your name and address for the record, please.
I'm Les Bowers, and I'm with the Gideons International. I live at 504 Quail Run.
Welcome.
Proud resident of the city. Tonight, we'd like to present the mayor with a special Bible from the Gideons on behalf of all of our citizens. I can't say I represent them, but all of our Gideon members. It is a pleasure to live and serve in a city that operates with Christian values and Christian ethics. So may I present this to you?
Thank you. Appreciate you coming down this evening. So, very good. All right, very good. Thank you. Appreciate you coming down. So. Oh, for the okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
All right, well, we will let you go. Thank you for coming down and joining us this evening. Appreciate the work you do.
Thank you.
Here in Middletown and really the worldwide reach you guys you have. So, all right. And with that, we move to city manager reports. Mr. Atkins.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Council. I have two items this evening. First one involves our police department. As you're aware, several weeks ago, we had a shooting in Madison High School. For better or for worse, we were the closest responding public safety unit, and we had some outstanding work from our police department. And I've asked Chief Municipal to come forward and recognize those officers this evening.
Good evening, Chief.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Atkins. As the manager said, recently we had that school shooting at Madison, which is a really tragic thing, and they go all around the country, but you never think it's going to happen here. And even though Madison is not Middletown, it's right across the bridge, so it is Middletown because, like Miss Skank, she works here, kids go to Madison, so we're a part of that community too. And no matter how many times you train or prepare for that, you really wonder if you're ever prepared for that because it's something that's it's heinous and it's just awful. When we got the call, right across the bridge, the first thing you think of is panic ensues because you don't really know what's going on. We had no idea how many shooters there were. We had no idea if it was assault weapons, what kind of weapons, who was injured, who was shot. We had no clue. The county didn't have any clue, and they did a really good job with us. All we knew is they were chasing a shooter. The first one I'll recognize is Officer Marco Kaido and his dog Key. Marco, if you want to come up. Tell you a little bit about what they did. This is one of our brightest, and he brought Marco with him. we're really proud. We're really proud of the work Marco and his dog did. They tracked the suspect with Deputy Kent Hall, and Kent did a fantastic job. But we were the first canine there. We responded. Marco, he took off. He went there quickly without being told to. He responded. He got his dog, and they did a track, and they were able to recover the suspect with Deputy Kent Hall. So we're very proud of the work they did. It's dangerous work. These dogs are police officers too, and for him and his dog just to get out and go for it was an incredible thing. It's a brave thing, and so we're really proud of Marco and and his dog and what they accomplished that day. That was big for us and for Madison School District. The next one I want to introduce is Dennis Jordan. And Denny's story is a little bit different. Denny was the cover on this, and his situation is unique. What Denny did was absolutely incredible. What you may not know is not only did Denny assist in apprehending the suspect with that, but Denny's son, I think he's here tonight, was inside Madison High School at the time of the shooting. So a lot of police officers went to the scene. I know officers from the county in Middletown who went to the school because they had kids there, but Dennis didn't go to the school. He stayed with the mission. And that's immeasurable. You have a police officer who has a son in the school. You don't know if he's hurt, you don't know if he's injured, but he chose to go follow the mission and catch the suspect. And that's admirable. You just can't buy that. That's immeasurable, and we're really proud of Denny for that. Denny's a longtime canine officer. He's going to be our future trainer of canine. Once Sergeant Warwick steps down, we're grooming Denny for that. We're really happy with the work he's done, and as a former canine officer, Denny was, his dogs are always in the tops of the state nationals for the work they did, and our canine officers now can look up to Denny and the work he did. I just want to say thank you to both of them. I know the manager was really excited about that when I met with him. He wanted to honor you too, and that was very important enough to do. They'll be honored officially at Police Awards Dinner for something from us, but we wanted to introduce them to you guys and let you see the faces of the people that made this happen. But I think they deserve a round of applause for the work they did.
Well done.
Thank you, Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Chief.
Also this evening, Your Honor, we've been working, and I say we, the law department, frankly, and HR, have been working on a boards and commission handbook. One of the areas that we've looked at since I've been manager is making sure not only we're recruiting good people to our boards and commissions, but also we train them and they understand what their role is and how they can do the best job serving the city. And so with that, we've been able to put together a board and commission handbook, and I'll let Assistant Law Director Cohen give a brief presentation on that.
Thank you, sir. Certainly not nearly as exciting to follow as the police officers. But one of the items I've been working on for approximately a year now is gathering some information about what information we give to our boards and commission members and what kind of information we can give to them and training we can give to them to make the process a bit more efficient and effective. Previously to this, what we had been providing people was very minimal, a copy of some of our expectations as well as photocopies of the law. And we were finding that as they were serving on the commissions, they really needed to learn on the job. And that takes some effort from the staff, it takes some effort from the business they're doing. In order to improve that, we've come up with a book that I think at this point is about 107 pages long, split into 5 different sections. The first section we set out is a statement of purpose. And I'm classifying this as what does the city expect from you? What are our standards for public service? That is one of the items you're going to find on the motion agenda I believe you received was a draft of what we expect from people that are serving the city. The second section in the book is how to structure meetings. I know a lot of professionals have participated in some form of meeting, but really how do we do business as a public entity, and how does that change when you're working particularly in public service versus what you may be used to otherwise. The third section I'm titling Acting as a Public Entity, and this is really what laws affect public service. So providing information on sunshine laws, public ethics laws, public records, and things that they may not have been aware of prior to that because they're unique to public entities. The fourth section is an introduction to all of the boards and commissions that serve the city. So who else is out there, and a little bit about the board you're going to be serving on so that you have a basis of information. And then finally is hopefully a handy appendix of all of the laws that deal with public service, all of the statutes the city has regarding establishing boards and commissions, and setting up some reference guides if there's a question later where the boards and commission members and the staff members can have one guide to where they're looking. So it's our hope that this will provide an expectation for new boards and commission members, as well as provide them the information they need to hit the ground running, as opposed to a slow curve learning what they're doing. With this, we would also like to focus on some training issues, because what good is the guide if they don't really know what they're looking at? One of the things we're recommending to council is that currently all boards and commissions, whether you've been serving for a few months or a few years, be asked to attend a training. The law department will roll out training here in May, maybe the first part of June, about an hour and a half long, just to give out the books, give an introduction of what they're going to be looking at. And then it would be our thought that every year new members would be asked to attend that training and set that up as an expectation. We'll start that in early 2017. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Any questions, Ms. Cohen? Okay, so certainly that's needed. I would encourage on the training possibly, as we're talking with the streaming and web capturing of these meetings, maybe a webinar type format might be useful to record it once and have available for replay, because it can be difficult to manage that, and that could be a good resource tool as well to add to the arsenal. So,
Good idea.
But, certainly needed, and I know that's sometimes a challenge for staff to keep up with those boards and commissions, so appreciate the work on that. Okay.
That's
Thank
all I
you.
have, Your Honor.
All right. Well, that brings us to our consent agenda, Ms. Skank.
For consideration this evening, we have the confirmation of the personnel appointment of Eddie Truster, maintenance worker, Public Works Department, Division of Streets, to receive and file Board and Commission minutes from the Board of Health for February the 9th, 2016, and the Park Board for March the 7th, 2016, and a proclamation declaring April Fair Housing Month.
Okay, do we have a motion for the issues and actions as listed on the consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
All right, Ms. Skank, would you call the roll?
Mr. Picard?
Yes.
Mayor Mulligan?
Yes.
Mr. Bohannon?
Yes.
And we have 3 motion items this evening.
First item is to adopt a statement of purpose and rules attached hereto for the members serving on all city boards and commissions.
Just what Ms. Cohen spoke to. So, any questions or comments? Okay, do we have a motion to adopt?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Ms. Skank, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Picard?
Yes.
Mayor Mulligan?
Yes.
Mr. Bohannon?
Yes.
Second item is to require all board and commission members to attend a training session on board and commissioner guidelines.
Okay, again, Ms. Cohen covered that. Do we have a motion to adopt?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Ms. Skank, would you call the roll, please?
Mayor Mulligan?
Yes.
Mr. Bohannon?
Yes.
Mr. Picard?
Yes.
And lastly, to approve the city council minutes from April the 5th, 2016.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Ms. Skank?
Mr. Bohannon?
Yes.
Mr. Picard?
Yes.
Mayor Mulligan?
Yes.
That's all I have.
Okay, that's what it's like to run a township meeting where they only have 3 people.
We all have a job to do.
It's all friends in township land. It's all right. Nothing against our absent council members, but it's pretty quick when you have 3. And with that, due to the change in council attendance, we only have 3 members here, so we're unable to take any action on our emergency items this evening, and all the legislation this evening was scheduled to be emergency adoption. So I understand we need a motion to table the legislation for our meeting on May 3rd, and we will pick up these items then.
So moved.
Okay, and a second?
Second.
Okay. Ms. Skank, would you call the roll?
Mr. Bohannon?
Yes.
Mr. Picard?
Yes.
Mayor Mulligan?
Yes. All right.
Council comments?
Oh, council comments, you're right. See, I'm just moving right through this. I have my comments.
Happy if you all are done.
It's all right, so I should defer to Mr. Bohannon. I was ready to jump on right through those motions, but Mr. Bohannon, any comments this evening?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. First off, I'd like to pass on my deepest sympathies to former council member Ann Mort on the passing of her husband last week. I guess the funeral was yesterday. Another item, last week attended the ribbon cutting ceremony at the Lester's Rock and Roll Shop on Central Avenue. It was a great turnout, a lot of people. City Manager Adkins was there, myself, Councilman Moon, as well as our Vice Mayor was there. Also reminding folks about Saturday will be Earth Day, and it'll start at 8 o'clock here at the City Building. So come on out and help clean up around the city. Let's see here. Yesterday was the Boston Marathon, and 2 of our police officers ran the Boston Marathon. Officer Kim Robinson and Lieutenant Leanne Hood represented Middletown Police Department, and one citizen, a friend of the family, Alex Bruns, was also in the Boston Marathon. Let's see. I'm doing a Miss Bronston thing here. Let's see here. The Middletown Police Department will be holding an open house on May 17th from 3 to 7 o'clock to show off the remodeled areas that are in the city building down in the police department. And a funny note from yesterday. Yesterday, our very old established hamburger joint in town out on Central Avenue, the Jug, opened back up for the season. They opened at 11 o'clock. And at 5 o'clock, my wife and I decided to go have dinner at the Jug. They sold out of hamburgers. 500 hamburgers were sold between 11 and 5 o'clock.
That's awesome.
So I guess we Middletonians love our Jug burgers. So other than that, I think that pretty much takes care of my notes.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Mr. Picard?
Thank you, Mayor. I, too, would like to pass along my condolences to the Mort family. And I've served on this council for a period of time and did an outstanding job. And her husband, as reflected in today's article in the newspaper, was perhaps one of the greatest supporters of Middletown that has ever been, and he'll be sorely missed. So, again, my condolences to them. And I'd like to pass along my congratulations for the great job our police department did. I know we only had 2 officers here today. I know a lot more than that responded to this incident, and they served Middletown very well. So congratulations to them.
Thank you. I just have a couple comments as well, too. I'll extend my sympathies as well to the Mort family. Ann and Dick both are true leaders in the community, and Dick will be sorely missed. He did touch a lot of lives and was very impactful in terms of his reach in a number of different areas. It's great to have folks like that so involved in the community, and Dick will be missed by many. Mr. Bohannon mentioned Earth Day. It is a great day to get out. Appreciate the work that Middletown, Keep Middletown Beautiful, is doing, and furthering that work, and lots of opportunities. Hopefully we'll have a nice clear day like we've had the last couple days. Driving the Jug to sell out of hamburgers, nice weather certainly helps, but couldn't ask for anything more. So, and with that, I think we can wrap up our comments. Anything else, Mr. Atkins?
An executive session.
Executive session, yes. So our last item for this evening will be an executive session under the authority of Ohio Revised Code 121-22G8 for economic development, and I'll read this for the record. To consider confidential information related to the marketing plans, specific business strategy, production techniques, trade secrets, or personal financial statements of an applicant for economic development assistance, or to negotiations with other political subdivisions respecting requests for economic development assistance, provided that both of the following conditions apply. The information is directly related to a request for economic development assistance that is to be provided or administered under any provision of Chapters 715, 725, 1724, or 1728, and a unanimous quorum of the public body determines by a roll call vote that the executive session is necessary to protect the interests of the applicant or the possible investment or expenditure of public funds to be made in connection with the economic development project.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Ms. Skank, would you call the roll?
Mr. Picard?
Yes.
Mayor Mulligan?
Yes.
Mr. Bohannon?
Yes.
All right, following our executive session, we'll just be recessing the meeting to our next meeting on May 3rd in these chambers. Thank you all and have a good evening.
Thank you.